Hi everyone, it's Graham from WineKraft and Good Brothers and small spirits company Pago Wines up here in Edinburgh. I hope everyone is well. The eagle-eyed amongst you may have seen last week that I released a social media post across all of our social media platforms about quite a cryptic, better way to buy wine. So what I wanted to do today was to give you our email database, our subscribers, the people who buy from us on a regular basis, a little bit more insight into what it is we're doing with this new product we're developing, which I think is actually going to be one of the best ways to buy wine in the country as we grow it, and give you a bit more insight before we release it to the general public. Why am I doing this to you? Well, we've always wanted to create a really engaged customer base, people who want to and like buying from us, the people who trust my knowledge and how we do things, and also believe in the same principles we believe in, which is sustainability, ethical and responsibly made wine. These are key to everything that we do as a business, key to the way that we treat our suppliers, our winemakers, and the way that we treat our staff and operate as an ethical business. So I want to give you guys a bit more of an insight into what it is we're doing, and ultimately how you can potentially buy better wine cheaper. We all know that times at the moment are slightly tough. Everything seems to be going up. Prices are going up across the board. I'm getting hit day in, day out with price rises from suppliers, from everyone. It's brutal. So it sounds slightly counterintuitive for me to be sat here saying I can actually now potentially save you money on your wine. And say if you buy, say, more than 6 bottles of wine a month, then you'll definitely save wine. But what is Insider by WineKraft? Insider by WineKraft, which is this new wine club we're developing, is a sort of business model that really puts more money both back into your pocket, because you'll be saving money, you'll be getting a fairly substantial discount, I'll come on to more of that later, but also ultimately putting more money back into the pockets of winemakers. How are we going to achieve this? Quite simply, we're going to develop a subscription model for us, which then allows you wholesale pricing. And what do I mean by wholesale pricing? Well, basically, the price you will pay for your wine will be the equivalent to what we buy it in for. So we will not make any margin on that wine. Where we will make a little bit of money, and this is where we want to be really engaged with you and for you to understand the true ins and outs of how we're doing this, is for you to pay a small subscription fee on a monthly basis. And by small, we're talking $9.99 a month. For that, you get a 25% discount off absolutely everything in store. That would be wine, spirits, our grocery stuff, beers, absolutely anything. And it's, as I said, if you are the sort of person who might buy 6 bottles of wine a month at £10 a bottle, ultimately you'll be saving £5 a month at the end of the month after paying the subscription, because of the discount which we will then put on every single product. Sounds too good to be true? It's not. Ultimately, we're selling it at cost price because we want people to drink better wine. We don't make the money on selling you that wine. Where we would make a little bit of money and cover our costs is by that subscription model of $9.99 a month. There'll be some of you who will be turning off now because it's not of interest, and that's absolutely fine. We realise this isn't for everyone, and for those of you out there who only buy a couple of bottles of wine a month, this won't be for you, because ultimately this is about those who do spend money, quite a bit of money on wine, love the wine or gift wine. It might be that you're for a corporate business, but for those who only buy a couple bottles of wine a month, then this probably isn't for you, because you'll end up not saving any money. Obviously, if you do want to sign up, by all means do. We as a small family-owned business would really appreciate all of the support that we get. And actually, support is really key, because ultimately we do need you to make this work, because the more subscribers we have to our insider at WineKraft, the more we can actually support our winemakers, the more we can put back into or develop sustainable and organic and biodynamic farming methods out in the vineyards. Also, for those wines which we don't import ourselves, which we are increasing, we currently import about 15 different wineries, so about 100 wines, which we own the rights to. But for those that we don't import ourselves and we buy from the UK wholesale, actually the more people we have buying, the better prices we can actually then demand off our supply partners, so that we are still getting much better quality wine into your pockets. It's really quite simple, and I hope I'm explaining this well enough, because like everything I do, it's an earworm that's been going around my head for about 5 years now, and I've been developing it, putting it to one side, developing it, putting it to one side, always coming back to it. I think there's a real reason for that. I think for those, as I said, for those who are really engaged wine buyers, the opportunity here is huge to actually get access to potentially over 20,000 different wines at wholesale pricing. So you'd be paying the same price that a restaurant would pay to list it on their wine list. Now, there are going to be some out there in the industry, the on-trade industry, the bars and restaurants, who get really upset with me for this, but ultimately, the end consumer is who we need to be getting these wines in front of. And wine is going up. You can pay, for example, a £10 bottle of wine. Normally, a £10 bottle of wine, there would be a sum of about 89 pence ending up in the vineyard, ending up at the winery, because when you factor in logistics, packaging, VAT, duty and excise, and then the supplier margin, or my profit margins, ultimately it's only about 89 pence that goes back to the vineyard. Now, if we take out that supplier margin, or my margin, we're looking at upwards of £2.20 going back into the pockets of the winemakers. And that's just a very simple sort of explanation. What we're trying to do is really try to support people going forward, really trying to support small independent businesses going forward. And we need your help for that, really. I have rattled on a bit. If you have turned off, no offence. No offence taken. And I suppose if this has sounded a bit like an investment pitch, it kind of is a little bit, because we want you to invest your time and your sort of passion for wine in us, and not, obviously we don't want you to give us money, but we want you to be able to get access to these great wines, and by paying us £9.99 a month, we will do the hard work to get these wines in front of you. As simple as that. Those of you who know me, I mean, we are based in Edinburgh, but that doesn't mean this is Edinburgh-centric. No, this is UK-wide. We ship UK-wide with a 24 to 48-hour delivery window, depending on where you are or how the logistics companies are surviving at the moment. We do ship nationwide. There is a small fee nationwide that still sits there, but you can buy 1 bottle, 12 bottles, and the same delivery fee of £7 for nationwide delivery, and that would still sit on top, even with normal full price of wine. So yeah, it is a bit of a pitch to you guys to come and join us, to come and join the club. For those of you who are on this list and don't buy but do like wine, it's an opportunity for you to really get under the skin of what WineKraft, Good Brothers, Pago Wines, Good Brothers Wine Co., what this big sort of mishmash of businesses which I now have can really do for you, and with the sort of wines which we feel really passionately about. It's something that, as I said, I've been coming back to for about 5 years on and off now, and kind of tweaking and developing, and I think I've now got it to a stage where, with you, I mean, we have, I think, about 6,500 email subscribers. We've got 9,000 social media followers across all social media channels. We're looking to really get you engaged, and there'll be a lot of other things coming on. There'll be a lot of other things happening in the future as well. So we are going to be doing tastings, probably 4 tastings a year across the UK. 1 in Edinburgh, 1 in Manchester, 1 in London, 1 somewhere else. We're not quite sure yet. But the plan is we'll have these. We're going to start developing vineyards activity, vineyard tours for people. So within the club, who can then basically just get the cost price. We'll sort all the costs out. We'll be very open, very open about everything, that all the costs involved. And if that's for you, then we could do vineyard tours around the world. We'll be doing lots of online tastings, lots of events that we can actually engage with, and sort of winemaker events that we can do. So there's a lot of other added benefits to this business, but really at the core of it, at the core of Insider by WineKraft, is the fact that as we see prices going up right across the world for petrol, for food, for everything, this is an opportunity where I can come to you and actually offer you better quality wine for less money that you'll enjoy more than the equivalent price wine off the shelf in a supermarket or somewhere else. And if you need a frame of reference for what it is we're trying to do or how we're trying to operate, kind of think about Naked Wines. And Naked Wines, and I have a huge amount of respect for Naked Wines, they really do put a lot of money back into their winemakers, but they ask you to pay £100 a month and they send you a case of wine. Now you don't get to choose really too much from that case of wine. What we're giving the opportunity now is to actually tailor the wines you want to drink, tailor the wines and get the best pricing for it, so that, as I said, we don't take the margin off the wine, we take our profitability comes straight off a subscription model, which is why we probably need to get about 1,000 of you on that, and the reason we're keeping it to 1,000 is so that we can still keep this business a really personal business, something that I can manage with myself and the small team I have around me, where we can actually engage with you, we can talk to you, we can get your suggestions back, and this is something really important as well. If there are ideas or if there are things which you want or questions you want answered about this presentation, please do drop us a line. My email is fairly easy to get hold of. It's Graham, Graeme, @goodbrothers.co.uk. Most of you will have it because I email you from it anyway. But please do drop me a line if you've got any questions, if you've got any suggestions, any wines that you want to see on our list that we don't currently have, drop me a line, because this is now the opportunity where we can go out there, we can build this list around what you want. We can create a huge list, we can create a small list, we can load it with wines at £10, we can load it with wines at £20, organics, biodynamics, natural, we can load it with what you want, and then get that real pricing across to you so that you can see the true cost of it. I've rattled on for a bit. I realise this is a lot to take in. I'm really excited about this opportunity. If I'm honest, it's how I've bought wine for the last 20 years, because I buy my wine through myself, yes, but I pay wholesale pricing for it. And you know what? I drink really good wine because I can afford to drink really good wine. My wife drinks really good wine, even though she doesn't really appreciate it, because we get this wine at a great price. And that's really what I want to do is allow you, our customers, our partners, to benefit from everything that we do as well. I'm going to leave it there for the moment. You'll get another email from me, another video from me at some point in the near future, just following up and give you a bit more detail, probably give you a couple of examples of how, of the wines which we will be listing, and how you would save. But until next time, stay safe, be happy, and for those of you who watch my YouTube videos, remember, always drink better wine. I had to get that in there. I will also say, actually, just on a final note, if this isn't for you, if this sort of thing isn't for you, and you don't want to hear from us again, from Good Brothers, from WineKraft, from this wonderful little crazy group we have of businesses up here, please do take the opportunity to unsubscribe from this mailing list. It's a really silly thing for me to say, but ultimately I'm quite I'm an open book when it comes to this. I don't want to sit here and offend people by spamming them with stuff they don't want, or information they don't need, want, or desire. So if this isn't for you, if you don't want to hear from us, this is the opportunity now to really unsubscribe from this mailing list, because, as I said, I want a really engaged community of people around us. to help us, to help our winemaker friends, to help develop a better way of buying and drinking wine responsibly, obviously, in the UK. And actually also, conversely, if you're hearing this and going, I've got a load of friends who I think would be really interested in this, please pass it on. Please forward this email on, forward this video on, because I realise we have only got 6,000 people on our mailing list, so 6,500 people. There's 40 odd million people out there who potentially might enjoy this kind of way of buying wine. So if there are friends, if there are people out there that you think would really like this opportunity, pass them on, and hopefully we can do some business together. Until next time, guys, take care and stay safe. Bye.